Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. I am excited for today's top deck. We're taking a look at a historic top 10 mono red burn deck. So mono red's starting to really creep back up in the meta. Additionally, this used to be one of my favorites for historic before auras. So very excited to be playing this here today. This one that placed in the top 10 here in April is by Next Trap. So congratulations, Next Trap, on hitting the top 10 with this deck. Very excited to be covering yours here. So for those of you that are new or returning, appreciate you tuning in here today. Additionally, you can find the timestamps down below in the description and the details, where we will talk about the strategy objective of this deck. We'll cover your sideboarding for best of 3. We'll play competitive Magic in both best of 1 and best of 3 here today, and then we'll talk about where this may reside in the meta, my friends, because that's very important. Now, if you have questions or comments throughout the video, please let me know down below. Happy to help. Additionally, in the details there is the Discord server information as well, so feel free to join in there. Planeswalkers, so with that, let's dive into this burn deck, or burn our way through the meta here. But here's what we got going on today. So what this deck is, again, it's a burn deck, so it's all about spells that are doing damage. The nice thing about this is everything is straight to the face or to a creature or essentially any target, which is very, very important. In particular to this one, we have Run 'em Up Runes, which is a huge card. I remember playing this originally with Amonkhet Remastered came back, made a big difference, and certainly that 2 damage can get you over the top on your opponents as well. What is interesting about this version is we don't see Hazmaret. I believe I might have misstated that, but it's the red haster, essentially attacks if you don't have any cards in your hand. I believe it's a 5/4 damage or 5/5 indestructible, something like that. So pretty interesting change up here. It's really nice to see how hard this one hits, and I don't believe there's actually any pickups either from our new Anthology 4. So all this stuff is things that was already there as well, Planeswalkers. So again, this thing is about dealing damage consistently, playing on curve, playing multiple spells, loading out your hand, reloading with Courier here, or reloading on the top end with Experimental Frenzy. I really like the one-offs. I know many of you know I'm a big fan of that. The consistency is really at the 1 and 2 drop slot, and then everything else here really helps us out. Now, if this one doesn't run Steamkin either, but that's always an option as well. A lot of people forget about that, but again, this one is straight to the point. So that is the strategy objective of this deck, my friends. Now we're going to talk about the sideboard here, because it's going to be pretty important for you, and we'll talk about it in terms of kind of the aggro, mid-range, and late game here. So for aggro, really what you're going to run into is things like mono green elves. You'll also run into goblins. You can kind of consider the Selesnya Angel stuff aggro, but it's more of a mid-range. Additionally, you might run into mono red aggro. You may also run into mono green aggro, and also mono black aggro. So lots of things out there that you could potentially hit, that is good to pay attention to from that perspective. We also have Gruul aggro in there too as well, so keep those things in mind, my friends. Now, what you're going to do against those ones in particular, mostly we got enough stuff here to continue to burn off, but if you do, Slaying Fire isn't a bad one to get to that 4 damage if you need. As long as they're not gaining life, you can always flip out Rampaging Ferocidon. It is nice though when they do enter, and that one little ping can make a huge difference. Additionally, the Menace is huge. We also have Tybalt here if we have to worry about some life gainers. If they're doing a bunch of tokens or those things, you can always throw in Goblin Chain Roller, and then also Grafdiggers here is going to shut down Muxus. It will shut down the elves. We don't want our opponents playing off the top or of our graveyard, and then we can't forget, as we move into our mid-range, we have things like Arcanist, we got the Auras decks as well, we got John's Sacrifice. Grafdiggers is going to be a good one for those, particularly in the mid-range most of the time. Additionally, if we need to shut down some of that life gain, again, we got Rampaging Ferocidon like we talked about, so this is going to be big against Auras decks, both Orzhov and Azoras. And then additionally, this will help you shut down some of the Selesnya Angel decks or Bant Angels as well, my friends. So then as we begin begin to proceed out of the mid-range, we'll go to some of the late game stuff. These are decks like the Sultai Ultimatum. This could be the traditional Sultai control, slightly different than what it used to be as well, but we got to keep that one in mind. And then additionally, you're going to run into decks like the Azor's control decks that are out there as well, and then several others within that space that could be considered some of those late game decks too. So with that, what we'll keep in mind here again is if they are playing out of the graveyard, Graph Digger is going to be a key one. Most likely probably not going to need Goblin Chain Roller for some of the late game stuff. Again, if they're looking at the life gain, this is a good one. Other ones where we need more damage, Slaying Fire can be helpful. Life gain here, and even creating some 1/1 devil creatures, this isn't bad as well. And then most likely at the top end, you'll flip in Experimental Frenzy. Again, this is going to be more of those mid-range to late game decks where you're going to want to consistently get that card advantage and multiple plays there. So that's kind of what we'll look at. And then what I would move out are really these creatures at some of that late game stuff, and that's kind of what we would do here. Additionally, let's see, what else could you pull out? Additionally, I don't mind looking at some of these other things on the other end of the curve if we need to make the space that we need as well for some of those cards there. So Planeswalkers, that is really the aggro, the mid-range, and the late game lineup for this. Again, burn decks, doing damage to the face, dealing damage where we need to elsewhere. Additionally, this one doesn't run the 1 damage pingers. So that's an interesting take on this as well. It's really streamlined for that damage here. So very excited, like I said, to play this one because on top of that, I did qualify for the Mythic qualifier this time around, and it's all historic based. So we do want to have a little bit more knowledge of the meta before we go in and hopefully play in the next week here. So let's go ahead, my friends, like I said, and we're going to go play some competitive Magic with this historic burn deck by next trap, hitting the top 10. So we'll go historic ranked. We did the Orzhov Auras one, you guys can check out, but today we're playing the burn deck. So these matches will probably be pretty fast, most likely, which is always something that's nice about historic, I always say. So we got Surrey H213. This is a bad start for us in terms of the mana base, but what are we playing here? We are playing a Nomad. Yorion. So this is going to be probably a Sultai Ultimatum. I might actually switch up here and go a little bit more aggressive, because not having that land off the start is going to hurt. Well, we do have Run 'em Up Ruins, so we could play Soul Mage and take the ping, and we're not going to have to worry about the damage really. So we could try that. And these guys are going to be big for us anyway on the additional damage if they can't pull it off. So we will do that. So we can't forget about those. All right. So 2 damage guys right off the bat. So the way that the Yorion Ultimatum decks are really big on is certainly trying to get in a ton here right away in terms of those lands and really ramping to that Ultimatum. They do have those kill spells, something that we need to pay attention to. Unfortunately here, we're not going to be able to get enough stuff on the board in terms of damage right off the bat. So 3 of these. Now I can play the spike. We're not going to have enough off this. We really need to go fast. So next turn we can drop the get to and use the lightning strike as well. So it's going to be close. So that's 6 off the creatures, plus the 3 is 9. So probably kill something here. Oh, no. They still may do it. All right, so we're still okay. So here, what we can do is we will play this guy. Should trigger get to. There we go. All right. So next turn, we're going to be very close to lethal here. If they hit ultimatum, we're going to run into a problem. There it is. Not fast enough. So we'll see. We might still be able to get through. We don't have enough on the 2-pinger either. So we didn't get enough mana base. So we'll see what our opponent pulls. Definitely going to be probably like a Nissa or something like that. And probably a turn. So close though. So close. So at the end of it, we're going to be in a world of hurt. Can't go that because that's an ultimate when that lands. We'll have to see what we can do here. It's going to be really, really close. Uh-oh. There they did it. All right, so we can do a few things here. It's not going to be enough to kill that guy yet. So we got to figure out how we want to do this. We could make Vorniclex a lot smaller. Ooh. It's not going to help enough. Probably should have went to the face there. And that will hurt us big time. Big time. So we could have done 4 and added a little bit more there, but we're not going to get through. The Vorniclex is going to hose us with the Soul Scar Mage. Essentially is what's going on. All right, on to the next match, my friends. Not much we could do there. We didn't have lethal, so wouldn't have made a difference. We were very, very close to burning them down within 5. So it was 1 turn away, you guys and gals. All right, so let's go into our next best of 1-1. So good match to show with some of the late game stuff. Obviously, the Ultimatum decks are one of those new ones, and you got to really, really get them down quickly because they're a problem. So Elder Spawn. All right, we go first. Not super fast again. We're on that turn 2, which is a pain, but I will keep it. Because we're probably playing a Aura's deck here. So we got plenty of stuff that we can do here. We just got to keep their guys off the board. All right. So another land would have been nice. We could have hit him with Skewer. So they could still take our Pyromancer off. So we'll do this. There we go. That's what we wanted. So now we need to do... I'm going to play this one now. So we still have 2 Wizard's Lightnings. We also have a Lightning Strike if we need. So we're essentially within lethal here. So now we can hit him on the stack. And that's game. Boom. Very fast. Very, very fast and well played there, my friends. Not bad. Not bad. All right, Planeswalkers coming off the back of a nice strong win there. Let's go into our third and final best of one here. So we've taken down a Orzhov Auras deck, and we end up losing off the bat to a Sultai Ultimatum deck that was fairly close. So let's see if we can close this out here today with a 2-1 against Starman. All right. Opponent's going first. Got Luris again. We're going to keep this because we got 3 that deal damage directly, so we know we have to clear any creatures off the board. Ooh. Interesting, interesting. I'm going to clear it. So we got a Rakdos so far. Now we can use the shock. We'll see if they kill the Soul Mage here. If they do, it's going to cost them, so that's fine. No life gain. When something enters, it's going to be a ping. Now we can play the Lightning Strike. We're gonna leave that. We'll get that guy off. Ooh. Do we take the double here? I don't think so. I gotta use the wizard strike to hit the butcher here. Ooh, just enough. There we go. They got run 'em up can kill me for 2. So as long as they don't have... Alright, we're good there. Ooh, I don't know about that. They probably have enough though. All they need is 1 burn and I'm dead. And that puts them at 4. So that works. That will do it. There it is. Told you. Very close though, again. Just bad, a little bit bad timing for us and some of the sequencing, but that's definitely how Historic goes. So going 1 and 2 in best of 1, we're going to go ahead and play some best of 3. Really, really like this deck though. Absolutely. I'm a big fan of burn decks, and they're very, very fast. So traditional Historic ranked. Again, we did that Orzhov one. We're jumping into our mono red burn deck here for our best of 3 match. So for those of you popping in here, we went 1 and 2 in best of 3. Certainly the ones that we lost were close. Wasn't like a big blowout by any means, so not surprised. We will play first. I can keep this as well. It's not super fast, but they may be playing Jund, so we'll give it a shot. Which, if they are, then we just got to go grab Graph Diggers. And then we can't play Experimental Frenzy. All right, Kyle. You have a choice. We will play this. And see what they do. Another Chevelle. Now, we could We don't know what they're gonna have. So let's do this. We'll wait a turn. And we'll see what they do. No draw. We'll hang on to ours there. Let's see what we can do here. That is a lot. So we will do 3, 2. All right, let's see what we can do here. John Gigantha Chevelle. Enough to kill Gigantha. Ooh, no. So certainly creature based. Uh-oh, they're gonna have enough. We'll see if they trade. All right, we will trade. Now we still have our faceless in here. So it will still be 3. So depending on how this plays out, it's going to be the trick, as long as they don't have any funny business either. Ooh. So do we have enough if we actually go to the face? So that's 1. They'll go to 3. I think it's lethal, actually. There we go. Now, we could have split the two as well and then survived through that. But this one worked out just fine. So they have a couple kill spells there on Ferocidon. Mostly, again, like we said, life. This guy's not going to be big enough. I think we want to grab these three. I think we can stick with some of the low-end stuff, though. Want to keep light up. Where is our lovely 3-drop goblin guy? It's not showing. Ooh, that's something's weird there. That's okay. We can do that again. These are all fine. I feel like Bomat Courier's not the right play here, though. I think that's okay. We'll try this. I need the top end. Let's do that. They're 2 drops. They got more creature base, so let's try this. They hose me on that, so let's try this. We'll give that one a shot. All right, Kyle, let's see what we got. Oof, not good. There we go. This is a little bit better. Run them up's good. I can keep playing the life, though. We'll do that. I want the faceless. Absolutely. Probably would have been better to keep the red, though. But we got 2 turns. That is fine. We need another red source. Ooh. Lots of kill spells. With the food. Now that is interesting. There's another red. Now let's just hard cast this. One experimental's gone. Not enough. Getting real crazy on the lands here. So, Viashino Pyromancer. Oh, shoot. Oof. Grab that guy now. Good news is they're slightly getting flooded. There we go. That's fine. I did think about hitting my own guy there. So that was the hesitation on that. We'll take the 2. Let's see if they ran on the kill spells finally. No. Not enough for the Faceless yet. Not there yet. We can do 5. We've pinged ourselves with so much here. We're not going to get it on the stack either. It's not going to make a difference. That helped though. They got 1 and a lot there. So I can grab 1 more. We're good still. So the Chevelles are gone. Oh, they're back. Chevelle is back. I think we take him. Nothing we can do. Go to the next one. Not fast enough for us there. So, can't gain life. 1 damage. Let's actually flip these ones in. Let's drop these guys out. What else? We could do that, I guess. Just barely enough, huh? So they have a braid. We're gonna have to go fast. Maybe it isn't that guy. Maybe it is the 1/1s. Well, that's good when we can get it to work. All right, we'll try that. 2. We'll go 1 more there. A bunch of little pingers. We'll see if we can turn it around, my friends. Let's see what we got. All right, we'll play first. Oh. There we go. I'm gonna get rid of Spike Field. Make them a little bit bigger, get some damage in. Now they can choose which one they want to kill. We'll wait. All right, we're good. Look at this. This is going to be beautiful. That is a wonderful way for us to close. Boom! Super fast turn 4 damage there, my friends. Love it. Great way to close out today's mono red burn deck. Woo-hoo-hoo. That burnt for sure. That was hot. All right, let's go ahead and check out this deck. Again, this was the top 10 historic mono red burn deck by Next Trap. Super awesome there. So see, I didn't see the chain roller there. You guys can go back and check. I didn't see that for some reason. So I don't know if that was a bug, but whatever. Anyway, very fun. We made it super efficient, just blew right through things with this deck. We saw several different lines of play between mid-range, early game decks, and late game decks today. So very fun. In best of 1, we went 1 and 2, and then in best of 3, we went 2 and 1 split, taking home the match. So where do I think this sits in the meta today, my friends? So certainly it's starting to creep up in terms of both best of 1 and best of 3. It's doing actually pretty good in best of 1 because a lot of this stuff tends to be more aggro based, and this deck certainly leans towards that, as well as creature based. Again, that way you can either hit hit creatures or to the face, obviously, like we talked about with all these cards. Where do I think in best of one? I actually would put this probably high end of tier 2, potentially tier 1, just because of the efficiency, and it does really well against all the other tier 1 decks currently. And then in terms of best of 3, certainly a little bit different of a matchup. We know that it can run well in best of 3. It's just super explosive and very fast. I would say probably similar, to be honest, towards the top of that, potentially towards the top of that tier 2, maybe into tier 1, certainly middle of tier 2. Worst case scenario would probably be my guess. So very, very excited about this one, my friends. Again, this was the top 10 deck by Next Trap. Nice job, Next Trap. It's very, very fast, very efficient, as we saw, my friends. So if you do have questions or comments, let me know down below. Happy to help, happy to hear. Feel free to hop in the Discord server as well. Great information, the details, my friends. As always, flip me a like if you enjoyed today's video, if you enjoy Historic. Additionally, other great ways to support the channel, and appreciate that, my friends. Never take it for granted. I appreciate your support always. So, Planeswalkers, until next time, we'll see you again soon. Stay safe, take care. We got a lot more things coming your way. Mythras out.